This week on the Road with Mickey, Disneyland's 70th anniversary.
We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go. We're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
Hi Brenda.
Hey, hey, hey.
Grogu says
Grogu's
hi
waving
Brenda.
at you.
Hi, sweetie pie.
And he's Grogu, the star of the show, the last but never least, Grogu.
Yes. We love Grogu around here.
And he says, we are on the road with Mickey. Did you hear him say that? I heard him say it. Good
he
job,
was
buddy.
so loud and clear. I'm so proud of him. He's been working on that.
He has. He's getting
Right.
over his stage fright.
He's amazing.
Which is good because with episode 271
for June 23rd, 2025, it's about time he gets over stage fright, right?
I know, 270 episodes in.
Yep. So way to go, Grogu.
Yes.
Oh, he's
And
the bomb.
speaking of 70s, what's our topic today?
Our topic this week is Disneyland's 70th anniversary. This is a rundown of all that's going to be happening with Disneyland in its 70th anniversary. Can you believe it's 70 years old? Or
Holy cow.
almost. It's not officially 70 until July 15th, of course, but
looks like a baby.
I know. But anyway, we'll get into that in just a little bit. But first, we have some really awesome cheddar from the Big Cheese. So, Sophie, you start us off.
All right, then. I am going to start us off with a new nighttime parade. It is the Disney Starlight Parade, and it will be debuting at Magic Kingdom on July 20th.
Yay,
Nice.
finally, a new
I
nighttime
know.
parade at the Magic
my
Kingdom.
gosh.
The name sounds so cool.
Doesn't it, though?
That's true.
Well,
That's true.
over at the Beach and Yacht Club, the wait is over. The refurbishment of Stormalong Bay is complete.
Finally.
And we have been hearing that guests are very happy about this. Well, duh.
Yes. 'cause
I'm very
it's
happy
late,
about it.
later than it was supposed to be. So
You know
guess
what I've
we're
heard?
sitting on pins and needles.
Yeah.
You know what I've heard? Out of all the pools on Disney property, Stormalong Bay is considered the best by most people.
Very.
Oh,
Yes, I totally agree. Don't you, Soph?
I really like Port Orleans pool, but that's considered the close second. I think they're all amazing.
True.
Yeah.
Stormalong Bay just has so many different elements to it, and it's so humongous and wonderful.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's one more bit of cheddar, and that is that Disney has announced a projected opening date for the reimagined test track ride in Epcot. And that is July 22nd, 2025. And
Yeah.
coincidentally, my oldest son Johnny will be turning 40 that day.
Nice.
Oh.
I reached out to Disney. I'll take credit. I said, Disney, you got to open on July 22nd. That's Brenda's son's birthday. They're like, oh, well, then enough said, Mike.
Wait,
Hey, up
Aunt
until now,
Brenda.
we just loved the fact that Tower of Terror opened on his birthday, but now we've got another thing to celebrate. We're just going to be celebrating all the way around.
Exactly.
Yes, so just a clarifying question, Aunt Brenda. So if it's your son's 40th birthday, I thought you were 40.
Oh, no. She's
Isn't
only
it
35.
weird how that works?
Yeah, like you look very good. I don't know how old you are, but
I'm 61.
no, you're not.
Indeed.
Nope.
Well, I have bonus cheddar.
Oh, yay.
Ooh.
The Walt Disney Archives. Sophie, the Walt Disney Archives are 55 years old.
Wait,
We're
what?
babies.
Started in 1970, the archives feature some of the great treasures from Disney's history.
Oh,
And
wow.
D23 sent out an awesome YouTube video that shares 23 of those treasures. I've got the link in the
Oh,
show notes.
nice.
I'm going to post it in the group. It is
Oh,
only like
my.
3 minutes and it is so worth watching. It is phenomenal.
Well, thank you for that.
Wow.
Yay.
So get ready. It is so cool. So cool.
I'm ready. I'm ready to see it soon as
All
well.
right. Well, our links for connecting with us don't change. They haven't changed since day one, and they aren't going to change, and they are in our show notes. So check us out, connect with us however you prefer on social media. But first, before we get into our featured topic, we have some awesome listener feedback from
I'm very
Sophie's
glad.
question of the week.
Thank
What
you,
was
guys.
what was the question, Sophie?
The question was, what is your favorite It's a Small World doll? And actually, I should have asked it this week because apparently there were some new additions that I didn't know about. But it's okay. You all answered. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you so,
had
so much. And let's
3,
hear what you all
6,
had to
9,
say.
11
Nice.
responses. So,
Ha ha ha! I am a success.
of course you are. You're my girl. You're always going to be a success.
Aw.
Of course.
And by the way, Brenda, someone had a birthday.
I did have a birthday.
Yes.
I am now 24 years old.
Happy,
That's right.
happy belated birthday.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, my client Kim is a fan of the hippo. Gloria, of course. We know her as Gloria. I know her as Gloria.
Gloria.
One of the pixies named Cece said she likes the Hawaiian girls.
Ooh.
The silent partner said the hula dancers.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Another pixie named Kim said the hula dancers. There's a
Ooh,
theme
yeah.
here,
There
huh?
seems to be a
There is a
pattern. Let's
theme.
see here. We've got oh 3 for the hula dancers, because I'm pretty sure that's what the Hawaiian girls is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And one hippo. And now, Sophie, what did Brenda say?
All right, so we were incorrect. There is no Bo Peep on It's a Small World, but there is a goose girl who has a shepherd's crook, so that's what we were thinking of, I believe.
That must be it.
However, Aunt Brenda said, I'm back at Pinocchio since I can't get over him since I visited his shop in Taormina.
Taormina. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't pronounce that to save my life.
Love Pinocchio. Love Bo Peep though.
But
Yep.
yeah, Pinocchio is in the Disneyland version. We double checked.
Yeah.
And then I laughed at Chrissy's response. Chrissy from Billy's Closet of Magic. She said, I like the Bollywood dancers.
That is a good one, honestly.
I just thought that was so funny. And Paula, who's a pixie, I think, said, I like Jasmine and Aladdin on the magic carpet ride.
That
So
is
she
a
went
good
over
one.
Disneyland.
Yes.
And then Rachel said the penguins.
Very good one.
And your Aunt Robin said Bo Peep.
That's my girl.
She and Brenda are
Simpatico.
you know what? That's another sister from a different mister for you.
Right. That's
You
right.
know?
It should be.
Well, it
She's
should be
your
because
sister.
she's your
She's my
sister.
sister, and I'm her
And-
brother from another mother. So
Exactly.
and then Lori said the Cowboys.
Cute little cowboy. So cute.
And then lastly, Cheryl, who's a pixie, said, That's tough. I love all that have been mentioned, but I remember riding it at the New York World's Fair, and the hippos hold special memories for me.
So we
Sweet.
got
So-
2 for the hippos.
And
Yeah.
me. That's 3.
All
You're right.
right.
So 2 for Bo Peep, 3 for the hula dancers, and 3 for the hippos. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for writing in. We love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
thank you,
stay
thank you,
tuned
thank you.
because Sophie's going to tell us her question for this week in just a little bit, and I will
Yeah,
post it in the group.
Yay.
So thanks for participating, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
And that takes us to our feature topic, Disneyland's 70th anniversary. So, we, the Disney Parks blog put together a phenomenal link that talks about it, and we wanted to go through that a little bit and kind of discuss some of the things that we as a team are excited about.
Great.
So I thought we would just dive right in, but I want to tell real quick the theme looks to be celebrate happy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And the anniversary celebration started last month near the end of May, and it continues through summer 2026. So if you don't have a trip planned yet, there is plenty of opportunity for you to plan your trip and make it out there to see the 70th anniversary sights and sounds before it ends, because it's going to be going on for a good long while, which I actually have no problem with that.
They have some good
Yeah.
stuff going on during this celebration too, y'all. There's magic at Disneyland that I'm going to get crucified for saying this, but I'm sorry. There's magic at Disneyland that does not exist at Walt Disney World. And
That's right.
we all love Walt Disney World.
Hmm.
I'm a Walt Disney World girl, but there's there's magic. Hey, the magic at Disneyland to me is almost to me like the Imagineers live inside the park. There's just there's something there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know what, Aunt Brenda?
What?
I'm not going to crucify you for this because I think that's just a reason to go visit all of the parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. I mean, it, it's it's mind-boggling. Sophie and I were there for the 60th anniversary. We're there
Hmm.
on the day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the magic then was so palpable. You could touch it.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that trip. It was a phenomenal trip.
Yeah.
And and it's amazing because that was 10 dang years ago.
It
Yeah.
was.
It's like, where did it go?
That's how fast it happens.
So I don't know if we'll make it out there or not for the 70th. It would be awesome if we
You
could
you
for
need to go the weekend I'm going to be there is what you need to do. Come on, hop
yeah,
on a plane, get out there. It's
I
October. It'll
know.
feel
Mm,
good.
I know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to figure it out and see if it's possible. Right now I'm not
yeah.
holding my breath though.
Okay. Well, you
Um
never know what's going to happen.
that's right. We don't. But what I do know is that the like you were saying, the magic that is Disneyland is real. We were in line for Peter Pan, so I'm taking us back just a moment, and then we're going to really get into this. And Shane taps me on the shoulder and points, and I look, and there goes Mr. Sherman walking by.
Oh, that
Oh,
won't happen
wow.
this time.
I know it won't,
Yeah.
But
but
they
it
did
was,
remember him, and thankfully, and I'm very grateful.
yeah.
Yeah.
But just, it's like my jaw was rolling on the floor, on the ground.
Yeah, yes.
I was just like, oh my gosh. And I didn't even think. I just like, I was the deer in the headlights staring at the car running me over because it just blew my mind.
The trolley car, right?
Yeah. Or Mr. Toad, one or the other.
Exactly.
But anyway, that's just one example of how the magic lives at Disneyland, you know?
Yeah.
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 Anyway, so let's talk about the 70th anniversary. We have a list of some of the really cool stuff, and I typed them in there um, with Cindy or me with Sophie and Brenda's help. We
Yeah.
typed some stuff in. So let's just go through them and talk about them. What do you
Awesome.
say?
Yeah,
I
that sounds
think that's a
great.
good idea.
Okay, go for it, Soph.
All right then. Well, um, I suppose we should just go on down the list. So there are some things which are returning to Disneyland for the 70th,
Hmm.
and then there are new things which are coming in honor of the 70th. And this is one thing that I think a lot of people are going to be very happy to see returning. Excuse me, I drank a soda before I came home from work. Anyway, the Paint the Night Parade.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Disneyland before, and then it went away for a while, and now it's back. For any of you who remember what it is, it's obviously a nighttime parade. It's got a lot of characters. It's almost reminiscent of the Main Street Electrical Parade in a slight way, because all these characters will have lights like sewn into their costumes and all over their floats, and it's beautiful. Yep, Daddy's got a picture pulled up here. This one is of Belle. If you're not watching us on
Giant
YouTube,
bell.
Yeah.
ginormous Belle, Belle mixed with a chandelier, it looks like, and she's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely beautiful. And there are projections as well. It's not just LED lights and whatnot. And it just looks so, so beautiful. I remember seeing it once, and I think I recorded it, even though about halfway through, my phone was like, "You have used up all of the storage in your photos. Delete some
Uh-oh.
things to make room for more." And I was like, ah! So I went and I mass deleted a whole bunch of photos. And by the time I was done with that, the parade was almost over.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think the Paint the Night
Sorry, baby.
Parade is one of the two most beautiful things that Disneyland has. And to me, the Paint the Night Parade and their version of Fantasmic are gorgeously done.
certainly. Certainly.
Yeah, they really are. And it's just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal.
I'm so
Um,
glad they brought it back for the 70th. Just
I
a
am
real
too.
treat for Disney lovers and especially Disneyland lovers, which we know are really the regulars who live there. And
right.
they loved it. So I'm glad they did that.
Yeah. And as far as this whole anniversary, the things that we talked offline about, the things that we really like and what we're looking forward to. And on my list, the Paint the Night Parade, a nighttime parade. We talked about it coming from Magic Kingdom on July 20th, and I can't remember how long it's been since there's been a nighttime parade we could
I
watch. And I just feel like, oh my gosh, I got to go to Disney on July 20th just to watch the stinking parade.
I'll see it when I'm there on December 1st. That'll be soon enough for me, but I'm thrilled about it.
Yeah. And it's like the idea, just capturing that moment of a nighttime parade is just phenomenal. I can't wait. And so
Can't wait to see it.
I'm super stoked about the Paint the Night Parade coming back for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, next on our list is the World of Color Happiness, which is
The new,
phenomenal.
yeah, it's the new water show that is coming to Pixar Pier. Anyone who's been to Disney World knows about World of Color already. It is a fountain spectacle
Mhm.
in Paradise Pier, as it was originally called. There was obviously the giant body of water, the man-made lagoon, and it had fountains that every night would spurt out water spouts that would have light projected onto them. And it really is an absolutely gorgeous thing to watch. And the new World of Color Happiness is the variation in honor of the 70th anniversary. It starts with a new cover of The Rainbow Connection performed by Boys to Men. That's what opens up the water show for the night. And I actually learned something, Daddy, because I was doing a little bit of Googling, sort of getting myself in the headspace to talk about this.
Uh huh.
Apparently, there are different variations of this show. In the
Oh.
Disneyland Parks app, you can scan a QR code and you can vote for a
Mm-hmm.
different Inside Out emotion, because Inside Out is part of Pixar Pier now. They're the ones hosting the water show. You can vote for which one you want to have a spotlight in the show. So depending on how many guests vote for, say,
Nice.
anger, uh, Anger will be hosting the show, and say the next night you're there and the guests vote for Sadness to host the show instead, the show will be different.
Yeah.
And that is
Nice.
such a cool thing. I saw one post about it and I'm like, hang on, is this real? Because the post I saw first was from Undercover Tourist, and I don't know if that's real or not. So I Googled it some more and I'm like, oh my gosh, all these different places are talking about it. It must be real.
Pretty
Yep.
cool how they get the audience involved because
That
it's,
is
it's everyone's show.
seriously cool. So
It's
yeah, the
very
Inside
cool.
Out Emotions are hosting the celebration over at Pixar Pier, and I just think that's extremely cool.
I do too.
Yes.
I do too. So, all right, Brenda, you want to add anything?
No, but there's a new theme song for the 70th, Celebrate Happy, that's performed by the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, and
And
Ooh.
that chorus says, so celebrate, oh, celebrate, happy, happy, happy. Oh, yeah, celebrate with love, celebrate with everything you can dream of, celebrate with who you are and where you come from, celebrate happy.
there you go.
Ooh.
So
Jonas
who can
Brothers are
be happier?
calling me. Jonas Brothers are calling me right now. So, Brenda, they want you to join them on
Nice.
tour.
That's
Oh
okay.
my gosh. I
I'll
have
stick to
heard
the
that
cruise ship.
I have heard that apparently this song, though we have not heard it yet, at least I haven't heard it yet, it has been released
Hmm.
for you to listen to on various Disney radio shows and in various Disney albums now.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm gonna go see if it's on Spotify or something, or if
I'm
I can just
sure
find it
it's
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just play it
Yeah.
because it
Jinx,
does
knock on
interest.
wood.
I actually knocked on aluminum my computer.
Well, the
Cute.
desk that I'm sitting at is made out of wood, so I win.
There, you sure did. All right.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm excited about it too, and it is streaming on all the different platforms. So
Yay.
yeah,
yeah.
I think that's kind of cool. Um, and then over at Disneyland, there
Mm-hmm.
is the Wondrous Journeys Nighttime Spectacular,
Ooh.
and it celebrates the legacy of Walt Disney Animation Studios classics that have inspired the original Magic Kingdom. So you're going to be embark on a journey as you look at moments from Hercules, The Princess and the Frog, Peter Pan, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Moana, Encanto, and more. And the show is going to feature projection effects that transform Main Street USA, Sleeping Beauty's castle, It's a Small World, and the rivers of America. And on select nights, the show will also be enhanced with fireworks. So
Yeah.
I,
Sounds to me like those select nights are the nights when weather permits, though.
yeah. So I think that'll be really cool though. And so let
Yeah.
me see
I'm
if I can
sure it
share
will.
this. Let me open this image and share this image.
And I think that's one of the few things that Disneyland does better, Aunt Brenda. Like you were saying, there are some magic things that can only be experienced at Disneyland, not Disney World. And I think the fact that you can view this particular show without the fireworks, you can view it from various different places in the park. I
Yeah.
think that is something Disneyland does very well. Because if
Yeah, I
you
agree.
get stuck on like the backside of Cinderella Castle at Disney World, all you see is the fireworks and you hear the music, but you don't get the projections.
Right.
You
Right.
see that projection?
Oh, how
That is
pretty.
beautiful.
That is just phenomenal. I mean,
That is.
That is beautiful.
so. So anyway, that to me is really cool.
That is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So wondrous journeys.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. All right. Well, back over to California Adventure, which is where we've been spending, I think, a lot of time during this feature discussion, but we've got one more thing over for California Adventure, and that is a new parade. Now, I don't think I was aware of a parade existing at California Adventure before, besides maybe the Paint the Night parade. I think I remember seeing that on Buena Vista Street, which is California's version of like Main Street because it's themed after the street in California where Walt originally came to Los Angeles and whatnot. Um, this one is a new Pixar themed parade. It's a daytime parade and it's called Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration, and it features a whole bunch of different characters. Obviously, you've got the characters from Inside Out because they're the hosts over in this part of Disneyland, but you've also got like Luca and other characters. And I just think it's a really cool idea because I don't
Yeah.
think Pixar Pier has ever had parade before because it seems like that's where this one will take place.
Yeah, here's a
Awesome.
picture of it. I think so. I thought Paint the Night was at Disneyland, but
I'm
I
sure it is, but there was a parade that I remembered, and we were like right outside the Carthay Circle Theater restaurant, and that's when it came through.
I think they sometimes have them for special occasions, or they sometimes
mhm,
have cavalcades also for.
yeah.
Perhaps.
But anyway,
Yeah.
it looks like it'll be a lot of fun too. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I really like that Luca float that Daddy has pulled
I
up
do
on
too.
there
I think it's so
because
cool.
you can
Yeah.
see Julia, you can see her on the Vespa, and you've got Luca and Alberto, and they are half above the water, so their human sides are showing. And then you've got a part that's below water, and you can see their fish sides, you
Uh huh.
know, swimming about in the water, and I think that is so, so cool.
I do
But
too.
while we're on the subject of this, this actually brings me to my question of the week. I've been
Ooh.
Oh,
focusing a whole lot on Pixar, and maybe I should have asked this after the World of Color happiness part, but I got a little bit wrapped up in World of Color because World of Color is dazzling, to put it lightly.
mhm.
Um, on the topic of Pixar, what is your favorite Pixar short? My
Wow.
personal favorites, I could not decide. So if you have two or three, that is a-okay with me. Uh, for me, it was a tie between Bow, which is the Pixar short that preceded Incredibles 2 in 2018, and Day and Night, which is the Pixar short that preceded Toy Story 3 in 2010. I really like both of those.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, do you two have an answer yet, or am I just going to leave that with a pin in it?
Oh, I've got an answer.
I figured
Awesome.
you did, Daddy.
I this is one I'd forgotten and I have reclaimed it. And it's for Cindy and I, Brenda.
Aw.
And I am talking about the Pixar short Lava, which premiered prior to Inside Out. And it's about the volcano who wants to find someone that he can lava, and
Oh,
Aw.
a volcano underwater who hears his song and elevates up because of his song, elevates above water, and then how they find each other when
That is
at the point it
sweet.
looked like he wasn't. It is the cutest. Oh my gosh, it's so
Aw.
cute. It's so well done. It is
It
phenomenal.
really is.
Cute.
So for me, it's lava. Lava is it, and it's just so cool.
That's a good one, Daddy, and I kind of knew you were gonna say that. And I knew it came before Inside Out, so I was like, I really should talk about this since Inside Out is hosting the new World of Color. And then you started talking, and I'm like, I'll let him speak.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I feel
Oh,
like I am not versed enough in all of I do love Bao, but I feel like
okay.
I'm not versed enough in all of the shorts, so I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna reply with everyone else because I wanna check them out first.
and
That is fine.
I'm going to take a screenshot. I did a quick Google search and I've got a screenshot of the short films and their names.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I
thank
really
you.
think, Aunt Brenda, that you would like this one called Piper. Piper is a
Oh,
beautiful little short.
I will check it out. I'll check them all out, but I will
Yeah,
definitely check that one out. Thank you very
yeah.
much.
of
Yeah.
course.
So anyway, so there was that. All right. Well, that's a great question.
Yes.
That is a
Thank you.
great question.
Thank you. I spent all week trying to think of it.
I can't wait to see what people say,
Yeah.
especially after I've watched them all, so I can relate.
Yeah. All right. Well, that takes us to the next part of our feature topic, and that is the Tapestry of Happiness, which is over at Disneyland Park. And the Tapestry of Happiness is a projection show with lights and music also that will be projected onto the It's a Small World attraction, if I'm understanding correctly.
I
Um,
Yes.
believe you are.
so I want to show this image that Disney Parks blog shared because I think it's so cool. Um, because it looks
It's a
just
small world facade is just so gorgeous anyway, just sitting there.
It is.
yeah,
Just sitting there.
yeah. And look at that, Brenda.
Oh
Oh
my
my
Look at
gosh.
gosh.
Walt and Mickey holding
Gorgeous.
hands.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I love that
listen,
so much.
I
I
love
can't wait
It's a
to get
Small
there, y'all.
World. I love It's a Small World at Disney World, don't get me wrong, but Disneyland, this is one of the things that Disneyland just does better.
Yeah, I understand that, and I don't disagree with that either because I gave my one little reason why, but
Yeah.
that's not
That's a
much of
big
a
reason in the heat of the summer, though. I mean,
It
yeah.
it's hot.
is.
It would be a lot worse if it was that way at Magic Kingdom in Disney
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
World.
yes.
But anyway, so
Yeah.
that facade lends itself to those kinds of things, and it just adds such a dimension to the whole attraction.
Yeah.
Because you know just from looking at it what it is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
know.
beautiful.
So anyway, but yeah, the Tapestry of Happiness looks like one of those things that I would really love to see. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, there is one more thing we have on our list, but there's one thing we haven't even touched on.
No?
Um, or even two things,
Mm-hmm.
Or more.
or more.
There's a lot
So,
of things.
but one thing I want to touch on right now, and then I'm going to let Brenda talk about maybe something called FOOD. But
There's a
we
few of
want to
those.
talk about the cavalcade that's coming to Disneyland. Whoops. Did I
Oh,
do that right? I
No,
did that
you did
wrong.
not.
Sorry. I shared it of you guys, didn't I?
Yeah.
Hello,
Listen,
hello.
the crowd loves seeing more of Brenda. I don't think they
Ah,
like seeing more of me.
Oh,
that's so
whatever.
funny. Oh
But
my
there
goodness.
is the
That's cool.
Cavalcade.
the
That
cavalcade
is
at Disneyland.
beautiful.
Isn't
It
that phenomenal?
it looks like stained glass.
And it's got Duffy and
Shelley May is her name,
okay.
and those two are hotter than chili peppers over in Japan.
Mhm.
Those two are superstars over there.
You
Yeah,
know
and
what's a
look,
superstar of this photo for me? Those bicycles.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
And
Superstars.
yeah, those bicycles are how they move those two mini floats around because you've got that giant one in the back there.
hmm
You can't really see it from that picture, but you can see it from, well, I don't have the picture and I don't know how to share the screen, so
yeah. But
The
it's
big
called
one
the
with the big wheel and then the smaller wheel back there. I used to have one. We used to have one of those when I was a kid. My dad used to ride.
really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Loved it. Loved it. And the bicycle built for two.
hmm
What do you
Oh,
call
that's
those?
cool.
Tandem? Nice.
Yes, you do. Way to go, Brenda. Pulling
Yes, I'm
that
a
one out.
bicycle person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade at Disneyland Park. And I love it because you got Duffy and Shelly May. You also got Goofy
Goofy
over
and
there,
Max,
Mickey and or Max, and you got Pluto in the back on another float, and you got some of the princesses in the middle there. So there's a lot going on with this cavalcade. It's more than the cavalcades that came out during COVID.
yeah,
It
it's
looks
not
like
the
it's happy.
single float. It is not the single float cavalcades that we had. And don't get me wrong, that Tinkerbell one with her sitting on the treasure chest is great, but
Yeah.
this one's like its own mini parade,
Uh-huh.
Yes. This
and
is
it
Yeah.
really
awesome.
does look beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
going to be awesome.
So, all right. Well, that is all I got right now. But Brenda, is there anything else you want to add to this party?
I do because my girls have been sending me stuff through text. And the first thing I got was little McKinley, Miss Light Up the Key to the Disneyland. She says, "Are you getting us one of these when we go?" Of course I am.
Which
So they
is
can
what?
stick that key into all of the 9 lands and have magical stuff happen. And then at the very end, you get a special pin that you can't buy anywhere. So of course we're getting that.
So
So
can you show us a picture?
it's a magical key.
The key to Disneyland. Can I show it? I don't know how to share a picture. I can pull it up
Oh,
on my phone and show I'm not like y'all with the technology, but it's
Daddy,
called
do me
Key
a
to
favor and
Disneyland. It's
look it
got a
up,
D on
please.
it. It's
Okay.
got a D on it. And when you put it in the special little kiosks that are all throughout the 9 lands, it does something at each one. And then at the end, I don't know if you can see this. Oh, see, I have a problem with sharing things. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're
It's
fine. Is
I'm
it
sorry.
this?
I'm so sorry.
Is it? Don't be sorry. Is
Yeah.
it?
It's got a D on it. It looks kind of like a wand, but it's a key. It's a big key.
Yeah, I
And you
see it.
walk around the park with it and you stick it in these kiosks and the wand like does things or the place you stick it in does things like starts having balloons spew out. Another thing about the Disneyland magic that you don't find at Walt Disney World. Yes,
That
that's
key.
it.
That
Ooh.
Yes.
key.
Yes, and you
That thing
cannot buy
looks.
it at the Disney store. You have to buy it at one of the locations there at Downtown Disney or in the parks. It's
Oh.
$60
Oh.
and you purchase it, and then the first place you use it has Walt Disney saying the opening day speech. So that's the magic that happens, and it lights all up and everything. And it does different things at each of the 9 lands. And when you've done the very last one, you go to the entrance of the park, and there's like a bush shaped like Mickey, and you stick it in there, and it does the final thing, and then it opens the trap door and you can get one of the keys. And I'll tell you what the keys are because you can't buy them anywhere else. One of them is the partner statue. One of them
Oh,
is the
wow.
Haunted Mansion gargoyle. One of them is Pooh's Honey Pot. One of them is Space Mountain. One is the Jungle Cruise boat. One is Sleeping Beauty Castle. One is the Millennium Falcon. One is Mickey's House from Toontown. And the last is Mark Twain's Riverboat. So you don't know what one you're going to get. And if you have a ton of money, you can buy endless numbers of these $60 keys and try to collect all 9 of them, but there's no guarantee you're not going to get a duplicate. So that could end up being a very large amount of money. But
Yeah.
we're getting it because my girl asked me for it, and of course she's getting it. Also,
Aw.
we have to get the Magic Band Plus because there's various kiosks all around the park that does things with the Magic Band touch points, like gives you keys to the railroad, special, just all kinds of specialness around Disneyland. So we're having to do those 2 things for sure.
Yeah, here's the Magic Band Plus.
It's a special 70th Magic Band that, of course, I get to use for a souvenir.
There you
I
go.
just
Those are like
really love
$45.
I really love the color scheme
Me too.
of this whole celebration, like the blue,
Yes.
purple, pink, and yellow. That is
Yes.
just such a pretty color scheme.
Yes, I agree.
What did you say that one cost, Brenda?
$45.
Okay.
You can get
Really?
it at the Disney store. You don't have to wait till you're there for those. So I'll be
That
getting
is
those ahead of
actually
time.
that's actually less expensive than normal Magic Band Plus.
Not bad at all. And the fact that, it does all these special things for the 70th
Mhm.
Yeah.
is
Because
just awesome.
I've been looking on the Disney store and because as much as I love my Magic Band, I also like looking at the other Magic Band designs they have. They have plain Magic Bands, like single color Magic Bands. The Magic Band Plus ones, like a light pink one, solid pink, no pattern or character on it, and the thing costs $65.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and luckily you don't have to have them. You can use your phone, but since we're going on a special occasion, I'm getting them because it's a special thing.
Right.
Otherwise,
I
And
agree. And you can reuse them.
you can
yes, you
reuse them.
can.
And not only that, the Magic Band Plus, make sure they're charged, Brenda, because they will interact with the shows. When you're
They
watching
do.
Paint the Night,
Yeah.
they'll do some
Yes.
stuff and other
And
things like that.
Phantasmic.
They
Yeah.
have
Mhm.
Bluetooth sensors in them or something that picks up on other sensors nearby. I
Yeah.
remember my Magic Band when I was in Galaxy's Edge, it would interact with robots and stuff. And when I was in Disney Springs this past Christmas, it was interacting with all these Christmas trees.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
I remember walking past a Haunted Mansion themed Christmas tree, and all of a sudden I just hear my Magic Band going thump, 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 thump,
Oh
thump,
my
Mhm.
thump,
gosh, that's
because
fantastic.
because it was a beating heart, because
Yeah.
Constance Hatchaway was on the other side of the tree.
Very cool.
It
Very
was
cool.
seriously cool.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, we're going to get those things, so.
it'll be cool, Brenda. So I have a question. We haven't talked anything about food yet, and I have
know.
a special page that if you want, I can share the page and we'll scroll through it and you guys can comment as you want. Do you want me to do that?
I would
Yes,
love
because of
that.
course they amped up my favorite and they amped up my girl Susan's favorite, so we're going to be getting those favorites. I don't know what
Dis-
my girls will get.
yeah, Disney Parks blog, you are already on it. I was literally on it too.
Yep.
Oh, because I have a thing for the Disney Parks blog saved on my computer with a bread pudding recipe.
Ah,
But
nice.
so I literally just clicked on that and then went and looked at Disneyland 70th. But controversial opinion up ahead, that that barbecue chicken and pineapple pizza sounds really good.
This one.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And the
like
alien
pineapple on my
cookie.
pizza. That's a macaron or
Oh,
macaroon.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. I
I'm
thought
waiting
it
for my
was a
favorite to
sugar.
be scrolling up. I know there's one that has it's something with I don't know what the French fries are made out of, but it's not French fries, but they made it look like French fries, and I can't see these pictures very well, but they made it look like French fries with stuff on top, and it's like peach cobbler on top. It's not French fries. It's something that they made look like French fries. I don't know if it's churros, baby churros, or what. But if you
Peach
see that picture,
cobbler Funnel
This one
cake
here?
fries?
Yes, funnel cake fries. That's it. Yes. That looks good.
Right now, what I'm looking at is the beef stroganoff thing, Daddy, but I have the funnel cake fries in front of me.
Looks very good to me.
It
I
looks
like
very
funnel
good
cake
to me
generally.
too.
Oh,
Honestly, that sounds really, really good.
this right here, right?
Yeah, it's got
Yes.
that sounds so delicious.
Really does.
Wow.
We might have to try that. There's mine right
And that's
there,
at the
my
Hungry Bear
Matterhorn macaroon.
barbecue.
Nice. Yep, that
Ooh.
Matterhorn macaroon is my favorite treat anywhere at Disneyland, and they've juiced it up for the 70th. Put some sprinkles on
Oh,
it.
Look at the
okay.
Mickey hat cookie.
Cute.
Yeah.
It's black mousse, so
Cute.
my tongue would be black after I ate
So
it.
what
Yeah.
that is, Daddy, it's dipped in chocolate.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like that chocolate just has some black food dye in it, and maybe that's what it is. But this lemon chiffon pretzel honestly looks like banana pudding.
It does.
Yeah. Yum.
Oh,
It does. The mocha cream puff.
it all just looks so good.
Yeah.
It all
It
does
does.
look good. We're gonna have to try stuff. Susan's gonna have to try her
Holy
Tigger tail, which they
moly.
made into a marshmallow wand.
Okay.
So it's not like a Tigger tail. I don't know if they're still gonna have the Tigger tails. We gotta
Oh,
find that out. Have to go
look
Honestly,
back
at
to
I'm
the store.
still.
this. Pulled pork, mac and cheese in a bread bowl?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoa. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit fixated on that beef stroganoff from a little while up.
And at the River Bell, look at these pancakes.
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
my
Strawberry
gosh.
pancakes.
Ooh,
there
apple
is.
pancake rolls. That
Look,
sounds so good. Is that a beignet I see?
it
It
is.
sure looks like it, doesn't it?
It sure is.
Mmm.
Nice.
I love the candle.
Yeah, that's
I do
cute.
too. Oh, goodness gracious.
If you're not watching us on YouTube, everybody,
You
you gotta
really
check it
need
out. You
to.
need to
Yeah.
see these pictures.
But
Yeah.
just in case you don't want to go to YouTube, just do us a favor, look up the Disney Parks blog, and then there will be a tab that says Disneyland 70th. You click that tab and then you click the Foodies Guide, and that will take you to what we are looking at right now.
I
Yeah.
have to make my list, so I gotta get with the girls to see what they're gonna definitely want before we go.
Mm,
Yeah.
holy
Definitely.
macaroni.
There is so much to try there. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And
There's a
Yeah.
that's it.
cookie, there's a sugar cookie, a big sugar cookie with like sprinkles around it and stuff. It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And
But I don't know
honestly,
if the sugar cookies are good or not.
maybe
Yeah.
it's just that I'm hungry for some actual food, but I'm still hung up on a lot of these, entree looking type things like the chicken bacon ranch flop over. That sounds so good. And the beef stroganoff and
Dad
yummy,
got me
yummy,
with the
yummy, yummy,
macaroni with pulled
yummy.
pork because I love that at 8 spoons at Animal Kingdom. That's
Oh,
just a
yeah.
treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well,
Well,
thanks for
sparkling
sharing all
peach
those
punch
pictures and
looks
making us
so
hungry, Mike.
nice, though.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
At Red Rose Tavern, there's a
Mm.
sparkling peach punch. It's a non-alcoholic thing, and it just looks really refreshing.
I think they have a coffee over there that has beignet flavor in it. I have to try that.
What? How do you get beignet flavor
I
in a
don't know.
coffee?
I don't know, but I want to try it.
Oh,
I think it's a
Yeah.
cold coffee with, I don't know.
well,
I don't
cold
know either.
coffee. What's the point of that?
The coffee
Well, you know, when
without
it's
the
hot.
heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I
All
don't know.
right.
I'm a tea drinker, and tea is best served hot.
Okay. Well, I am going to wrap up our feature topic for this week. Did we do well? What do you
I'm
think?
excited. I'm so
I
excited
think
to get
so.
there.
Okay.
I'm
good.
waiting for the price of flights to go down so I can lock those in.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Well, that was a great feature topic. I enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to hearing all about Brenda's trip when she goes.
Unless you
And
go.
unless we go, then I'm looking forward to hearing all about my trip when I go. But that's going to wrap us up for this week for our feature topic. And it is now time for Sophie to talk about some this day in Disney history.
All right. Well, since we are talking about Disneyland, I think it is only fitting that I theme my history around Disneyland. So I'm taking us back to the year of 1956.
Wow.
Disney's Disneyland's Skyway to Fantasyland and Skyway to Tomorrowland begin transporting guests across the park. Guests take off from a small alpine chalet seated in gondolas in Fantasyland on their way to Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland guests pass over such attractions as the Richfield Autopia and the Goodyear People Mover on their way to Fantasyland. The Skyway was built by Von Roll, based in Bern, Switzerland. When Walt Disney Imagineering brought the ride, it became the first Von Roll Type 101 aerial ropeway in the USA. In 1959, Skyway riders will pass through the Matterhorn Mountain when the Matterhorn bobsleds attraction is added.
Hated it. Just saying.
Hated it.
She doesn't like those heights things. I love
That's
the
fair.
Skyway.
And
I
you don't
never-
like
Dangling death traps.
you don't like the Skyliner either.
Nope.
I
Sorry,
never
Aunt Brenda.
experienced the Skyway at Disneyland, but I loved the Skyline or the Skyway at Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. I loved it.
And
I bet
love
you're
the
one of those people
Skyliner.
that
That's
would
why
shake
I
it just
love
to tease
Pop
people like-
Century.
Oh, so cool. So cool.
No.
Well, if it helps, the picture does make them look a little more rickety than the Skyliner cabins, but I'm sure they were completely safe.
For everyone who enjoyed that, more power to you. I bow to you. For people that are not terrified, it's not the height I'm afraid of, it's the falling and the sudden stop that gets me.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
Great history though.
to each
Thank
their
you.
own, right,
Because it
Brenda?
was a great thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was.
It was so cool. It was an experience of seeing a side of Disney you didn't see,
Yes.
from up above,
Yeah.
So, well, Sophie,
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
it is time to stump the Soph.
Good luck.
You can try.
Exactly.
This character has a brother who is a bully.
A brother who's a bully, you say?
I say.
Who's a bully? A bully brother.
Thank you. This character has tea parties.
It's Is it Sid's sister from
That's what I
Toy
was
Story?
wondering.
What's Sid's sister's from Toy Story's name?
That's the problem. I don't know it.
That's what I was thinking too, Sid's sister. I don't know.
I know. Oh, jeez.
You are right. That's exactly who it is. But what's the name?
Just start throwing some names out, Soph.
Carrie?
No.
No?
Did you say
Laura.
Terry? Not Terry, not Laura.
She said Carrie, didn't you?
Yeah, Carrie with a C.
No. Starts with an H. That's the only clue I'm giving you.
Haley?
You're close. Hannah.
Hannah.
But she got
Okay.
the character right. She just didn't
She
know
did.
the name.
She did.
Yeah.
Yay, Sophie!
Thank you.
As always.
Hannah Phillips is her last name. Phillips with
Phillips.
2 L's.
Okay.
She definitely has a bully brother.
Yes. So,
all right. I'll give
job.
myself partial credit for that.
that
Great
was
job.
fun.
I think you get full credit for that. What do you think, Mike?
No,
I say partial.
I'm giving Brenda credit because she knew it too.
At
She
least
was
90%, I say.
3/4 then. That's my final
75.
offer.
C's get degrees.
Snitches get stitches.
There we go.
Any more of those?
All right. Well, Brenda,
Yes.
it's time for a little bit of Walt.
Well, I found this little tidbit of this is when Walt was in an interview about the 1964 World's Fair exhibitions, the exhibits. So this is what he said. At the State of Illinois exhibit, they're going to have great moments with Mr. Lincoln. Mr. Lincoln is going to be there. He's going to speak 5 times an hour. It's going to be lifelike and very, very believable. And we've been finding some wonderful words of Mr. Lincoln that are still prophetic today. I think it's going to be a great moment for the public when they can sit and hear Mr. Lincoln talk about some of the things. What is liberty? You know, the rights and the obligations that we have and all of that. I think it's needed today too. He could have said that today. He could have
Yeah.
said that anytime.
Yeah.
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 But I like
What?
it.
I do too.
am excited about seeing that too.
I am too. So, I love great moments with Mr. Lincoln. It is such a phenomenal show.
I'm excited about seeing the new, Walt Disney A Magical Journey also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? A Magical Life.
Okay.
Because that will be open before we go also.
Ooh.
And the new
Okay.
song, the new verse of the song will be added to It's a Small World before we go also, because those
I
both
think-
start July 17th.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought they already added the new verse.
Mm-mm.
All
Very
right.
exciting stuff happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next week, Sophie, and this goes up on June 23rd. So, officially, Sophie is waving to us from Disney. Wave, Sophie.
As you can see by my beautiful background, which has been
Yeah.
consistent for the past 200 episodes.
Yes. Well,
We're going to be waving to you, Sophie, and jealous and jealous.
yep.
Oh,
So next week, Sophie won't be with us, and we are going to not have a new episode, or we're not going to record a new episode. I'm going to put together like a best of kind of thing that we'll
Okay.
publish. But the week after that, Sophie will be back, and we will be talking about Sophie's solo trip to Disney recap.
Yay!
So be on alert because that is going to be fun. Sophie's
Can't wait.
never been there on her own, and we get to hear all about it.
and
Exciting
this has been
stuff.
3 years in the making, it feels like.
Yeah.
Because I've wanted to do this since I turned 21.
It'll be worth the wait.
All right, then.
Can't wait to hear about it.
So that's our topic 2 weeks from today is Sophie's solo trip to Walt Disney World recap. But until then, we hope you have a great week, a great couple weeks. Just remember to share a smile and to be on the lookout for someone who's having a rough week. Maybe give them a smile of yours. Maybe you'll make their day. Maybe you'll change their life. It's such a powerful thing is so simple,
Mhm.
and it can mean so much to someone. So I hope you have a great week, and we will
See
you
you on
on
the
the
road.
road. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun, Sophie.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.